Hey, Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. Welcome to the Christmas room.
Sit back, relax. You are about to watch a Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg.
All right, I'm getting ready to pack up the M50 and all the lenses that I got, and I have to send these all back. And I said, okay, let's squeeze out one more little video before I put the camera in the box and ship it back to B&H. And I might get it back again because I'm very intrigued with this camera, but I figured let's have a little fun, right? No harm in having a little bit of fun. Didn't even check to see if I'm dressed okay. Do I look all right? I look okay? Okay, thanks guys. So what I'm thinking is, why not take the $3,300 or $3,400 Sony A7 III, that's the hottest thing to hit the streets, and put it up against the Canon M50, which is $629 if you buy the body only, and then another $200, $250 if you get a decent lens, which is the 22mm f2 lens, and pit them against each other. Like, boom! Because one set is more targeted and excellent for younger people, teenagers that want to get into YouTube, maybe people that are retired, semi-retired, or want to be traveling and want a light camera, and then the people that just don't want to put $3,500, because with the Sony you got to buy a camera and a lens. Unless you're stocked up on Sony lenses, you got to buy these lenses and they're expensive. So let me tell you what I got on there now. I got something pretty balanced, all right. On the Sony A7 Mark III, I have the 50mm 1.4 lens at 1.4, and that's what I own, okay. On the Canon M50, I have the Sigma 24mm lens, the 1.4 Art, at 1.4. So we're both at 1.4, but you're going to get more depth of field or more out of focus background with the Sony than you're going to get for the M50. But that doesn't matter. So the one camera is going to do automatic focus. Which one is that? Okay, we're running both cameras in 4K, 24p, and the reason I chose 24p is because that's as high as the M50 is going to go. So for about $800, $850, you've got a complete set that you can do vlogging with for younger people, teenagers, you know, people that are, you know, at the point where they're getting past their phone and they want a nice camera. So the M50 slides in perfectly. I should make a video on that too, but the camera's going back, so what am I going to do? Let's get the box out of the way. So this is just to show you the difference. Yes, they have differences. For instance, on the Canon M50, it's much kinder to my face. It's almost like I'm wearing makeup or something. So is it because there's not as much resolution on it? Is it because Canon has a different color science? I could tell you the answer, but I'm going to let you figure it out, or just look at the picture and see which one you like better. On the Sony, I have to dial down the sharpness and stuff because actually I've dialed both of them down. I do that with both cameras, or any camera, even if I get like the GH4 in here. I always dial down the contrast, I dial down the saturation, and I dial down whatever the third one is, sharpness, saturation, and contrast, right? Sharpness, saturation, and contrast, those three things. Because they come in out of the box. Where's the box? Now that I need the box, it's gone. It comes straight out of the box hot, meaning it's like for display purposes, so everything is like brilliant. But that brilliant look is not how you want to do your videos. It really isn't. So what I've got going is one of the cameras has got the lapel mic on it, and the other camera, I've just got it using its own Rune mic, and I'm not going to tell you which one is which because it really doesn't matter because you're only going to hear one. And this is basically so you could see which one do you like the face treatment and which better than the other one. There's no right and there's no wrong. A person that can spend $700, $800, $900 and can't spend $3,300, $3,400, you don't have a choice, do you? And a person that doesn't want to spend that doesn't have a choice. But let's say a person has the money and they go like, I want the automatic focusing, then you want the Sony a7 III. It's probably going to be camera of the year, but the sleeper of the year is the Canon M50. And if you bought the Canon M50 and you can't get it to look really nice, here's the culprit. The culprit is right here. It's this kit lens that comes with it. It raises the price from $629 to $699, so that's like $70 for this lens. It's a 15 to 45 millimeter lens, but the lens itself is not sharp. So I got a professional lens on each camera right now. So each camera is got basically its best foot forward. Better stand up. I don't want to fall down in my own video. Now I'm standing off to the side. I think I am. On purpose. I better not move around. Oh yeah, I do need to white balance, so I'm going to use the right white, which you can't buy yet because this is just arrived. I've just got the first batches in right here, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them. So what's going to happen now is, because I've got this up next to my face, I'm going to use the eyedropper. For me, it's in Final Cut Pro. You might be on Adobe Premiere or Vegas Pro or whatever it is, iMovie. And you're going to click using the eyedropper for the white balance right on there. And that's what I'm going to do when I get me and these cards into the office. So I thought I would have fun. Now I'm going to try to make the best possible video out of each camera. I'm not doing straight out of the camera. Okay, this is what it looks like straight out of the camera, guys. Meaning I'm not applying myself to making it look good or anything. No, I'm going to apply myself to make the Sony look great, and I'm going to apply myself to make the Canon look great. So what's wrong with doing that is you get a subjective aspect to it. Meaning now you're going to get my interpretation, and other people go, oh, that's disqualified. We don't want that. Okay, that's what I'm giving you. I'm sorry. That's what. It's my cameras, and it's my Christmas room, and it's my computer, and I'm going to make both cameras look really good. Because here's the question: why should I keep? I don't have any other Sony gear. Why should I keep the A7 Mark III, which costs $2,000 for the camera, and you can't get them because they're in short supply because they're that good. And then another $1,400 for a 50 millimeter 1.4 lens, which means I put a good lens on there. I didn't get any of the cheaper lenses, and the better, cheaper lenses are not on the market yet because Sony took everyone by surprise. So why should I spend $3,400 for the Sony instead of $800 basically for the Canon M50? And the purpose of the camera, which is why you buy a camera. Here's the secret to cameras. So those of you that are in camera pain and you can't figure out which ones to buy, here's the secret. What are you going to do with the camera? Okay, so for pictures, I use my GH4. And if I needed to, I could use the Sony a7 III, but I do have a GH4. So this camera is basically, so I can come in here, switch on all the lights, stand in front of the desk, check and see on Jingles. What you doing, baby? You see him over there? Actually, I should bring him up here so you can see how his white coat does with these cameras, because most cameras blow it out. I don't know why, but they do it because it's very bright white and it's very, very fine. The hair is very fine. So excuse me a second. Let me get him. Come here, baby. Let's go up on the table. Yeah, someone's eager to go up this time. Yes, he is. So let's bring Jingles into the picture and stand over to the side and say hello. Let's put him on the table. And now we could see, let's put him in my arms. There we go. All right, how both of the cameras with good lenses, both are shooting 4K. One's able to autofocus in 4K and the other one is not. It technically can, but it does it so poorly, get your head off the mic. Does it so poorly that you basically are better off turning it off and pretending the camera is a manual focus camera. Now, if you do want super duper awesome autofocus, you take the Canon M50 and you drop it down to 1080. And then you get Canon's dual pixel focus, which is a humdinger. It's a zinger. It's a winner. All right, enough with the fancy words. All right, so But you could take it, put it into 1080. Then you can, vlog. That's why I said this is great for younger people. This is great for the older people. Let's put him down. I don't want him to accidentally fall off. And then I'm going to feel sorry for the rest of my life, because chances are he might not get hurt, but what if he does? I don't want that to happen. So that's what you got. This is basically so you could see which one handles my face better, which one you think you can vlog with better. If you're a new YouTuber, you got two choices. One at the low end in the price range and one in the medium high, because you can go a lot higher too. Trust me, when it comes to cameras, boom, a lot of people get gas. You know what gas is? Gear syndrome. And what's the A stand for? Gear acquisition syndrome. So we call it gas. And then other people can't make their choice and they get, camera pain. And it hits them right here. And it's so painful because I can't decide. Now, if you already have a camera, be grateful for what you got. Get out there, and if you're going to be in YouTube, make some videos and put them up. Because some people will only start making videos when they get, my new gear is here. Now I can make videos. And they start to make videos and they get tired of that gear. And what happens is they start looking to buy new gear and then they stop making the videos. So stop doing that. Pretend it's a business. You're going to work. Treat it in a serious way. Make your videos, put them up on YouTube. Now, there's other types of people, let's say wedding photographers, event photographers. How can you use these cameras? And you'll have to look at the specs, but I can tell you that the M50 is kind of like a mini 80D. Someone wrote down in the comments, and I saw you, I can't remember your name, but you said, no, it's a mini 77D. No, it's a mini 80D, okay? And it actually beats the 80D out by having some better features. Poorer battery life, more focus points. I'm talking about the M50. And this brings us to the Sony A7 III. I call it the A73 because it's just easier to say it. That one is a top-of-the-line camera. So you're going to spend the money, but even at the top of the line, it really isn't the toppest line that you can get. For instance, there's no 60p. We're talking about a $3,500 price range with a lens, okay? So you don't get 60p, which the GH5 has 60p in 4K, but it doesn't have good autofocus. So each camera leaves out a prime component, a very necessary thing. There's not one camera that gives everything to you. Maybe if you get up into the $7,500 range. You got the C200 from Canon, but that's $7,500 before you even add a lens. So if you're flush with a lot of money, but it's a bigger body, okay? So there's what do you call it? Negatives to every camera. So this is what they both look like. This is the head-to-head, boom! If I can remember, I'll add echo in there. Head-to-head, boom! With the M50 and the Sony A7 Mark III. Now, I'm going to take it off the tripod. I'm going to pack it up. Going to put it in UPS or wherever. I think it's FedEx now. And off this baby goes back to B&H. Don't be surprised if I buy one of these. So here's my two questions. Should I buy the white one or the black one? Take a look on the B&H. I'll put a link down below. Okay. Look and see what the white one looks like, because it makes you different again. It's a cool looking color. Or would you rather have a black camera in color? So then the other question is $3,300, $3,400 for me to use the A7 Mark III just basically for the Christmas room, or $850 to use the M50. Is it good enough if I just use the M50 and I don't have the A7 Mark III? Is the image good enough? Do I look nice? I lose my autofocus. I'm not going to be able to walk over. Well, I can. I can walk over to Jingles. He didn't even go back there. He stayed over here. He's waiting to come back on the table. All right, guys. That's long enough for you guys to look at my faces and decide which camera you like, because it's really two extremes, and they both have some strengths, and price is definitely included in this mix. All right. Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm asking for your subscription. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Whoosh.
You have just watched another Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg. Thank you for watching. Description of all equipment used in this video plus any notes Peter took while filming are always placed in the description box, show more box, or down arrow thingy next to the title on mobile apps. Duly noted.